chair, so I'm trying
What?
to sit up straight. Yeah.
You're a sloucher?
Well, from the podcast, people.
We're on Facebook Live. Hi, everybody. Facebook
Hey,
Live.
everybody.
Hanging with Troy, Pinnacle Insurance. We're doing a Facebook Live. It's going to be interesting.
How do you flip these cameras around? I can't figure it out.
Troy's camera's not flipped around. It's technical.
Is it upside down? I don't think it is.
I think
Everyone's looking at me right now. Don't look at me. Jeez.
Oh, I see.
Oh, here we go. I didn't see the button for whatever reason. I was like, okay, where the heck's the
Don't look at
button?
me.
All right, so you got to come.
Yeah, okay. I probably can't see anything with these glasses either. I look old with them on though, so I don't like to wear them, but it's going to
You
happen.
look good, man. You look sharp.
Look sharp?
I'd buy a house from you.
All right, cool.
What's going on, guys? Angel Talbot is here with Click Leads Local, and this is your local Realtor Spotlight podcast. Today we have Brian Stites with us, Troy with the intro.
Yes, I met Brian for the first time just a few weeks ago, and he's a very he's a great entrepreneur, great guy, great family man. He's affiliated with Dave Ramsey, so we're super excited about that, just like we are at Pinnacle Insurance. And Brian, what I'd like you to do is just kind of bring us back to wherever you want to start.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into real estate, how you got the Dave Ramsey affiliation,
Okay.
and then we'll just go from there.
All right. Well, that's kind of a long story since I'm old. But anyway, no, I got started in real estate part-time. I was a MIT director for a software company back for 14 years, really. And then in 2003, I got started part-time in real estate. I always wanted to do it and never could figure out how to go about doing the process. And it was a great 3 years. My boss was retiring in 2006, and he wanted me to take his job, which was VP of operations for the software company. And I didn't want to do it. It wasn't me. I was terrified of taking the job, even though it would have been a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
So, I made the jump. I just said, you know what, I'm going to do this real estate thing. And 2006, I went full time. I doubled my income in 2006 from when I was working at my regular job, and once I made the switch, I just kind of went all in. And it was scary and exciting all at the same time.
Wow, and you have a big family too, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure your wife was a little bit skeptical, or
Yeah, that was a massive amount of skepticism. Everybody was skeptical because everybody knew that, the next thing for me was this VP deal, which I didn't want at all. So everybody was skeptical, but I just had to, one of the things I wrote down here is nothing's gonna change if nothing changes. And I was frustrated.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, nothing's gonna change if nothing changes. I was frustrated, I just had to do something different, and that
Sure.
was my way out. And
What was it about real estate that you were drawn to?
well, I'm a type A personality, so I sitting behind a desk and doing all that kind of stuff was not for me. And so real estate was just an awesome way to get out and meet people face to face, really get into relationships with people, and just an opportunity. Your success or failure is up to you. It's not up to anybody else. And I've always kind of had that in me. So that's been an inspiring thing for me. So that was kind of the deal.
Amen.
But yeah, 6 kids total. So I have a blended family. So I have 3. My wife has 3. So we have.
I love
6.
watching you guys on Facebook. You're always doing amazing things with your family,
Yeah, thanks.
which is another great thing about you, Brian. Like, didn't you take quite the trip this summer with the family out west?
Yeah, we went to Colorado, which was killer with them, and it was awesome. It was what a great time that was.
Absolutely. And then your son, I'm a huge football,
Oh yeah,
ex-football player,
Okay,
huge football
okay.
fan.
Hey,
He plays
John.
for Creighton,
yeah. He plays for Creighton. He's a middle linebacker.
middle linebacker. And wasn't he up for the Player of the Week?
He was
earlier
up
this
for
year?
Player of the Week. We didn't get enough votes, but last week their team had the Play of the Week for Creighton, and they actually got $1,000.
Oh,
Because
cool.
they got they had it was an awesome
They
play.
had an awesome party with that money, or what?
No, it's going to go towards the football program, but no parties. No parties. But yeah, so he's doing great, and we're really super proud of him. So
As I'm sure you are with your entire family.
Everybody.
But that was
Yes,
just somebody
obviously.
off the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
of my head.
yeah.
I'd be so proud.
Mhm.
I mean, that's very, very impressive.
That's
So,
great kid.
yeah, getting back to real estate, and I know one of our common connections is Dave Ramsey.
Yep.
So, how long have you been affiliated with Dave? How'd you find out about Dave? How has he kind of changed your family and
Yeah,
how
I'll
does
give you
that work
the
with business?
Yeah, I'll give you the quick Dave Ramsey story. So, so in 2008, I unfortunately went through a divorce, which was terrible, not recommended, and ended up taking on a lot of the debt. So I had way more than $50,000 of credit card debt, and I heard about Dave Ramsey through church and went through the financial piece and all that, and ended up being able to take care of that debt in 4 years, got debt free, melted the credit cards, and the oven set off the fire alarm in the
Did
house.
you really? That's a real story?
Yeah, I put them in the
wow,
oven and
good
turned
for
it on,
you.
but then I forgot they smoke a lot, so then
You probably smell it, right?
so but yeah, it was a struggle, and so I've always liked what he had to say, always been interested in that, and went through several courses throughout the years, and then about 4 years ago, I found out about his ELP program, Endorsed Local Provider, and I signed up online, and I didn't hear anything for 18 months because it's hard to get into that program. And finally they gave me a call and asked me if I was interested, and I said, definitely. And so I've been with him for about 3 years now. It's been a great opportunity to serve like-minded people,
That's a key word you said there, serve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have the heart of a teacher.
Yep.
To help them out regardless of if they work with you or not, give them the right advice
Yep.
to take care of them.
Well, so quick story, I just met with a Dave Ramsey client 2 days ago, and one of his first comments was, I can't if I can remember exactly what he said, it was great. He said, I expect you to tell me what not what I want to hear, but what you like being a salesperson. He thought I was going to tell him, no, you have to buy now, or you have to do this now, and that's not how I roll with anybody. I come from a consultant standpoint, and so my advice to him was to buy now, because it was, after talking with him, was the right thing to do. But I've told clients, maybe you should wait till next year, because I'm going to be in the business next year. I'm going to be in business 20 years. So really, to me, it doesn't make a difference if you buy now or you buy later.
And everybody's situation is different.
Yeah,
so it
you
might be
have
the time to buy now for one person.
Yeah.
Next person, you better wait.
Yeah, you got to listen to what they say.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And for those people out there watching on Facebook Live right now, please leave questions or comments in. We'll ask Brian. And Angel, do you have any questions?
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing about Dave Ramsey, what are the principles that you learn from Dave Ramsey's programs that you like to apply to your sales with selling real estate? What are some of those core values that have affected you that you want to pass on to your clients?
Sure. And I think one of them was what we just talked about, was just treating people with compassion and respect, and really listening to what they have to say, and understanding their wants, needs, goals, desires. Of course, we do that with everybody, but that's one of Dave's things. And then also from a financial standpoint, that's what he teaches. So from a financial standpoint, you really have to understand what they're trying to accomplish, through this whole process, and respect that as well. That's kind of a big thing.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah, just in speaking generally about real estate now.
Yeah.
The times. They're
changing.
really crazy. And they're changing.
From everybody
This
we've talked to.
spring
Yeah.
it was so crazy.
It was insane.
And then this summer, maybe it leveled out a little bit. Now it's the fall.
Yep.
So for all our people here in Minnesota, what's the market like right now compared to earlier this year? And what do you forecast for 2019?
Check this out. I didn't know this question was coming, by the way, where everybody. So 2019 predictions I have written
Oh,
down
awesome.
right here in my paper.
I love that, prepared.
2019 predictions. But I mean, the market right now has slowed down. Homes are on the market longer than they were before. We've seen price reductions happen. So that's a common theme we've seen. I think that will probably continue through the rest of this year. 2019, we just had a little powwow on this. Looking at interest rates, probably 5 3/4 by the end of the year.
What are they now?
So right around 5, and so you've got people out there with 3.5% interest rates, that are hanging on their houses, and that's going to be a driving factor probably looking into next year. Because if you have a $250,000 to $300,000 homeowner, a lot of those people would move up, they'd sell their home, they'd move up to the 400 something. I think what's gonna happen is a lot of those people are gonna hang on to their homes because they've got a 3.5% interest rate. They don't wanna take that and go to a 5.5. So that'll be interesting. So interest rate's 5 3/4.
Because that could be hundreds and hundreds of dollars
it could.
more per month in your
Yeah.
mortgage payment, correct?
Yeah,
With just
totally. Just from doing that.
another 1%, 1.5% increase.
Yep. Yep.
So that makes sense now, and I definitely want to get back to these other predictions,
Yeah.
but just to drill down on that, does that mean that house values are potentially going to go down?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so what's happened, 2016, 2017, you saw the spring market was huge, the prices skyrocketed. 2016, there was a very distinct drop in like end of May, June, they started going down big time. 2017 to a little lesser degree, 2018 even less. They have started, I've seen them start to go down, and I think they'll either level off or kind of go down. Next year, prediction is for the overall year to rise 2 to 4%, which is more sustainable. They've been, 8, 9, 10%.
Yeah, it was 10
Craziness.
years, 11 years ago when they were going up like a ridiculous
That's nuts.
appreciation.
And they
right?
can't keep doing that. So the prediction is next year, it'll be more of a normal 2 to 4% growth, which will probably freak a lot of people out because they're used to their house value skyrocketing, especially when they go to sell. So that'll be a conversation a lot of realtors will have to have with their folks, especially in the springtime. They're thinking, I'm gonna sell in the spring, it's gonna go like this.
So
Might not.
it might be a better time to sell right now than in the spring. Is that what you could be
Well,
saying?
so I had a loan officer partner and I do a video on should you buy now or should you wait? And there's if you can buy now would be the time. If you wait a year, so we did a scenario, I'll do it real quick.
Yeah,
So
please.
$310,000 house at the current interest rates, all that kind of stuff, if you bought that now, or if you waited 1 year and the interest rates went up 0.75% and the home appreciated at 4%. So if that makes sense.
Yep.
So your interest rates are higher, you're financing more because the house is gonna be worth more. That same house, you're gonna pay $184 per month more for the exact same house in 1 year. That's 66 grand over the life of the loan. It's just a lot of money. So yeah, so that's the conversation you got to have with folks.
Okay.
Should I buy now or should I wait? Well, if you can buy now,
And having that heart of a teacher, right?
yeah, I'm not a salesperson, I'm a consultant, and a lot of real estate agents are salespeople. They need to have you sell your home or list your home or whatever, so I can make money, so I can feed my family.
Right.
And that's not where we come
Yeah,
from. We don't need that. We don't need that. So.
All right, Brian, that's good stuff. Any other predictions for 2019?
Yeah, we talked about appreciation. The spring market, I think, especially for first-time home buyers, is going to be insane. Again, first-time home buyers, I'm talking 250,000 and below. It's going to be really competitive, so they just have to be ready for that.
So first-time home buyers for 2019 will be insane. It was insane this year too.
And it'll be probably more insane next year.
What?
I know.
More insane?
Wow.
It's gonna be crazy. That's my prediction. Of course, I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I'd like to be wrong because this spring was tough, and that's just.
Oh, it's so
just
frustrating
another-
when you look at 30 houses and get outbid on all of them
Yeah,
and
I
bid
had,
full
I had
price off.
I had 4 buyers just give up. I mean, they're just like, we can't do this.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for everyone involved, obviously, but I felt bad for them. So this
Okay.
spring's gonna be tough, and that's why, folks out there just need to work with somebody that's a full-time person that knows what they're doing. And there's a lot of different strategies you can
Full-time.
use.
Yeah.
No doubt, because I heard some ridiculous stat. I think 70% of all realtors sell 6 homes a year
Yeah,
on
it's
average,
crazy
something
low.
like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they're doing if they're only doing
Yeah.
that much, right?
Yeah, I think it's 6 is the number for the entire year, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want to work with someone a full-time, a true professional like yourself.
Yes.
And one of the things you do that I really like is you were talking about video earlier. You're going to shoot some videos, and
Yeah.
you're getting active on. You're very active on Facebook Live.
Yep.
So give us some insight because Gary Vanderchuk says all of us are media companies.
Yep.
And I like that you're getting on the bandwagon there. So give us some ideas of some videos you're going to be doing.
Yeah. So we're going to start. So I've got the domain Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. So we're gonna get a website up for that. The YouTube page, Twin Cities Real Estate Guide is going to be, now again, don't go there now because it's not done yet. There's nothing there.
They can't buy it either.
They can't buy it. No, it's mine. And so we got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got Pinterest, all under that branding, that Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. And so,
So just curious, why are you going to brand that over your Talbot
Smith Group. It's just another arm. So Talbot Smith Group is myself and my business partners group within Remax Results.
Okay.
And so this is just another, I guess, educational piece of that is where that's going.
This is just more for education and like direct selling to selling homes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, people can click through and all that kind of stuff too, but yeah, it's more of an educational thing. So we'll be doing, I think the first series I'm going to do is first-time home buyer, questions. How do you buy your first home? And that's going to be for the people that have never purchased a home before. So that'll be 2 or 3 videos on that.
So real quick,
Yeah.
Top 2 or 3 things a new home buyer should do.
Right.
Should do.
Yes.
Number 1 is they should get pre-approved. So you want to talk to whoever you're going to work with as a real estate agent. You should talk to that person, because that person, if they're a professional, been in the business a long time, they'll have their lender contacts that they trust, respect, and that they know do a great job. So you want to get hooked up with your agent so that you can get hooked up with your loan officer to get pre-approved.
Okay, pre-approval's number 1.
Step 1, yeah, because if you don't know what you can qualify for, or if you can even qualify, how do you know what to look at? I see so many
Everybody's
people,
wasting time then, right?
well, I see so many people like, let's go look at houses. It's like, well, what do you qualify for? Or what can you afford? I don't know. Let's look at this $400,000 one. It's like
you only qualify for 150.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to like the 150 one.
Right. So, and then just educate yourself on the process, I think, is super important. Again, you can do that on your own if you want to. You can do that with your trusted realtor. I would probably recommend going that route. Again, like we talked about, there's people out there that might force you into a sale or something like that, and there's other people that will teach you and consult you along the way and help you with the process.
Come up with a strategy.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
Important.
That's the person you want to work with, is the person that will help you do that.
No doubt.
Again.
Well, it sounds like that's what Twin Cities Real Estate Guide is going to all be about.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have a lot of different tips, tricks on first time. I mean, not even first time home buyers. That's just one thing, and then there's going to be everything. Home security systems. Which one's the best one? How do you find them?
Who's your best, and how do you find a great insurance company?
How do you find a great insurance
Yeah.
company? I'm like, what? Where are we? Yeah, for sure.
So on Facebook, Dick Lawrenson says hello.
Oh, hey Dick, how you doing, buddy?
So they say hello. The one question I have too, with your education piece and talking about educating the buyer, what about the seller? There's a lot of people now. The market
sure.
is just so hot. They think that they can go out and do it themselves. They can do it better. What is the reason? What are a few reasons that somebody should have a guide with them in that selling process instead of just for sale by owner?
Yeah, for sure. Good question.
Great question.
A lot of for sale. I can give you a specific example. I sold a home 2 years ago. This great young first-time home buyer couple. It was in Cottage Grove. The guy had it listed for sale by owner, and he didn't know the market. So he had it listed for $239,000. We went in, and it was the first day in the market. So we went in, and I said, and I pulled it up on my phone, and I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see the price. So I said, $259,000. I said, holy mackerel, you guys should buy this. This is a steal. But it wasn't $259, it was $239. The guy underpriced it he probably underpriced it by $35,000 approximately, so he could save 6%. And so we bought it we paid him actually more than $239 because we wanted it to
Were there
not
multiple
go.
offers,
We
or?
didn't know, because we were on it like that night, and we made an
Okay.
offer that night and got it done. So anyway, you have to have
Did you
somebody
pay
that
the full commission? Because I know that's an issue with for sale by owners.
you
If
paid
they're
the 2.7%.
okay, good.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was, so I kind of felt bad for him, but you get what I don't know. Anyway, so super important to to find somebody that knows the market and can do a great market for you. There's things you can do to increase the value of your home, little things you can do, and a lot of folks don't do them or don't know what to do. We use professional staging in a lot of our houses. We use professional photos in all of our houses. And we get it out there on social media. So there's a lot of...
Yeah, and I know firsthand you do a great job walking through the house, taking
you've seen some of those
5-10 minutes
walkthroughs.
walking through the house.
Yep.
I mean, that people want to see a video. They want to,
Yep.
see that relationship with the selling agent. Even when you're going out through that, I watch it because it's interesting.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't get that with just a picture or
Yep.
an MLS listing.
Yep.
So that's
And
awesome that you do that.
There's stats out there that say for sale by homeowners actually lose, and I don't remember what the percentage is, but they lose money because they're not actively marketing it to the entire community. They're marketing it to a set few that, if they're smart, would take advantage of those people. So super important.
Oh, wow.
Very cool. So going back to some of the Facebook videos I've seen you do, I saw you doing Conquer Ninja.
I did that.
What's going on with that?
I'm a ninja.
That's awesome.
I'm a ninja agent. Yeah, so I did, I forget, it's a qualifier, NCUAA Ninja qualifier last week, which was super cool. I need to train more.
You're a fit guy.
Yeah.
I am a fit guy, yeah, but I'm 50 years old, so
the strength, the finger strength, even right? Is
those
yeah,
guys
it's-
are insane. The 3 guys that were there that were on the show, and they were
Yeah.
just like specimens. It was nuts. Super fun. They have another one in February. I'm going to train, and I'm
Good
going
for
to
you.
do it.
Heck
They have
yeah.
an over 40 age group, so the competition is low. So if you get in the top half of the qualifying group, then you go on to the national thing. So I'm going to do that.
Is that your goal to be on TV, American Ninja Warrior?
My son would love it.
Oh,
Dude, I would love it. It'd be super fun.
awesome.
That
They
would
got to
be
have
awesome.
some old token dude there, right?
They usually do have. Well,
I know,
there's
they got
one or
some
two
old
people
guy,
who
right?
do.
So I could be the old guy that actually can maybe do something.
It'd be good branding. Just wear your real estate gear, and
Right.
Talbot Smith, and stuff like that.
It'd be sweet. So yeah, that was super fun. That's kind of one of the things I always wanted to do it and was putting it off. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? So I
Life's
did.
too short, right?
It is. It's
You're only
crazy.
as old as you act.
Yep.
So that inspired me. I might go
You
try to
should
do
it.
something like that
It
too.
was,
Why not?
It was crazy. I'm still sore actually. A week later.
And you guys just do some amazing things, like your client appreciation event that you had a few weeks ago. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So again, it's all relationship stuff, and so we take care of our clients, our past clients, people that refer us, business affiliates come to that too. And so we had this fall we had a client appreciation event at Whistling Well Apple Orchard. We had about 120 people there, I think, and it was just super fun. We just serve them, we give them apple bucks, and they can go buy stuff, and just a nice event. I mean, our goal is to continue to grow that, so it kind of becomes a tradition for our clients. What do you do in the fall? Oh, we go to,
Absolutely.
we go to this.
And guess who they're going to think of when it's time to sell or buy a house, right?
Yeah, well, that's again, it's all about relationships, and we don't want to be just the taxi agent that you drop you off and you see you later and you never see them again. We want to be the folks that are around for your lifetime, basically.
And do you utilize any other kind of strategy to stay in front of your clients over the years? Because isn't it every 4, 5, 6 years somebody moves or?
Yeah, I mean, we
something
stay
like
in touch with our clients on a monthly basis. We have a couple different things we mail out a month that are hopefully helpful. I've got a letter from the heart I mail out every quarter that just it has nothing to do with real estate. It just it just tells people about me.
That's huge. I mean, you just have to stay top of mind. They know you sell real estate, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
They just want to know Brian Stites as a person.
Yeah, exactly, and that's super important.
No doubt.
I like that
That's great.
piece of it. So, and there's a lot of other stuff we do. We could bore you for a long time, but
No, this is interesting. But what would you say your ideal client is? Who is that ideal client?
I would say, and I said this at a networking group just a couple days ago, my ideal client, because I think it's going to be probably the most challenging client next year, would be the folks that have owned their first home for the last, however long they've owned it. If you've owned it since 2010, you probably have a boatload of equity right now. So it would be to help that client sell their home and buy their next move up home. next year. So that's gonna be a challenging process with,
Especially with the rates going up, right?
yeah, with what's going on. But again, it's all about working with the right person to make that transition happen. Because you also have to line up a lot of different things when that happens, so that folks aren't homeless. You know, that homeless would be bad.
And hopefully they've been smart enough to listen to you and understand they might have to have some extra money to come to the table to buy that new home.
Yep.
And different things like that. And the Dave Ramsey piece kind of jives pretty well with that.
Yeah.
It does.
Right.
It does. Yeah. That you know, that 20% down, and a lot of those folks that have owned their homes since 2010 do have way more than 20% equity in their homes, even if they only put down a little bit. You know, they're going to have 30, 40, 50% equity in their home, which they can take and then roll that into their next one and keep their payments low.
So we talked about the Dave Ramsey thing.
Yep.
You have other ways, obviously, to generate business. So what are some of those other ways you get your leads and your clients?
Yeah, so honestly, most of my business comes from referrals. So we're big into, we use the Brian Buffini.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. He's the best, right?
Yeah, so we use Brian Buffini, and that's just basically, it's a method or a way of just staying in touch with your clients. So honestly, a lot of our business comes through referrals. Dick, who is there online, referred me to his father-in-law, which I have his townhome listed right now. So thanks.
Oh
Dick.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. If you're still
Showing
watching.
some love.
Yeah. So that's where most of it comes from. Dave Ramsey is a big piece. That ELP program has been wonderful. I've been the #1 ELP in the state for most of this year. It changes on a monthly basis, but for most of the year I've been #1 with them, which has been great. Also through another company called Agent Machine. It's an online lead source.
Do any Zillow?
No. So no, I'm anti-Zillow.
All right, tell us why.
I was going to ask that question too, because all of the new technologies, Open Door, and all these startups, including Zillow, that's really what I was curious about, because I'm in the tech, a lot of the tech.
Okay,
tech
yeah.
industry. So how does Zillow and that change the way you do business?
Okay, so we did pay for Zillow in 2017. We were forecasting $2,000 a month on Zillow for leads and all that kind of stuff. And really, they're not really leads. They're just Brian calls them inquiries. So they're just
I
inquiries.
got burned on a Zillow lead once. I was looking at a house and I thought the realtor was the listing agent that they had there, and then the guy called me. I'm like, so what's the deal on this house? He's like, I can show it to you. I'm like, well, could you tell me some info? He's like, well, and then he finally said he wasn't a listing agent, and then I basically said, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah. So we're anti-Zillow.
They trick you, right?
They have 4 different agents. If you look on the side there's 4 different agents. One's a listing agent, and the other 3 guys are paying boatloads of money to try to capture you, right? Like that guy did. And if you're doing business right, and if you've been in business long enough, you don't need those leads,
right?
Because most of them are not leads. They're just people want information,
sure,
which is fine. And somebody else can take those because we just don't do that. And I think most agents that have been around for a while probably don't get those Zillow leads because it takes so much time to.
Some of the biggest do actually, and they kind of dominate the market.
And that's fine, dominate away because most of they're just nuts. It's the amount of time it takes to follow up on those and nurture those is insane.
Okay.
I would rather take all that time and invest it back into my current clients and my past clients, because I would rather get a referral from one of those guys than spend twice or 10 times as much time getting a
I love what you say. And that's what they say. It's 10 times harder to get a new client.
It's crazy
to keep your current one. And when you keep your current one, that can be a 1-2 punch. You call your client that you sold the house to a year or 2 ago, check in, see if you can help them with their life, anything going on. And then they'll be top of mind, and they'll be like, "Oh, by the way, my mother-in-law needs to sell her."
And it
home.
happens all the time. So it's fantastic. And then this Twin Cities Real Estate Guide will be another stream of people with ideally the videos will be helpful and people will reach out that way too. So
super
that
cool.
will be another method.
Hey Brian, I think we know from American Ninja Warrior, Conquer, Ninja, whatever. All the stuff you've talked about already, you're a very driven person. What drives you?
Wow, that's a really dang good question. I gotta write that down. I think probably fear of failing or letting my family down,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of weird to say, but I think
That's
that's
a
probably
strong driving factor.
yeah. That's kind of I don't know. I think I've always had that
That itch.
itch. Yeah, it's better than fear. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
a fear, but it's just I want to provide for them.
Sorry.
I want to just be a good role model, you know, or not sit around and be happy with.
Complacency.
I'll probably never be satisfied with where I'm at, as my personality.
Yes.
You know, so are you happy? I'm happy and I'm content and I'm happy for you succeeding and happy, you know, for other people succeeding. But I always want to keep going.
Ah,
Me too.
So
that is so just like me.
yeah, no.
It's
That's why I
it's
think
family.
That's why we're sitting here.
Yeah, right.
You know, the word that I use with that is legacy.
Legacy,
It's
totally.
Not, it's not about us.
Yeah.
It's about our kids and their kids and just them remembering us.
Yeah.
And that's another Dave Ramsey
It
principle,
is.
I would say.
The legacy journey, that's the
Yes.
step after the Financial Peace University.
That's
Yep.
true.
When
Yep.
you get to live like no one else.
Yep. Live like no one
Absolutely.
else, so you can
Live like
Live
no
like
one
No
else.
one else.
Absolutely.
I love it.
I love it.
You
I
ever
have
get out
some-
and knock on doors?
Huh?
You ever knock on doors?
Yeah.
No, I've never. Maybe in the very beginning I might have done that a little bit, but I've never been a door knocker.
Okay.
So I haven't done that. I'm trying to think of where else, other than the referral sources we've had and stuff like that. That's been most of my
The funny thing is when you do Facebook Live videos, that is almost like the new knocking on
Door
doors
knocking,
because you're in
yeah.
people's feeds and they'll watch you.
Yeah.
Even if they don't even know why, but they're like,
I
"All right."
watch you and I'm like, oh, Troy's on.
Yeah.
Everybody gets notified.
Like, oh, he's just got out of his car. He's going to work. What's up with that? I watch
Top
it,
of mind,
and then
top
I
of
watch
mind,
I
right?
watch the whole thing. I'm like, oh, he's just okay. Oh, does
That's
that
it.
work?
Keep
There
it
you go.
simple, right? Top of mind.
I love
That's
it.
right.
It is totally true though, because it's so weird. Just like you said, top of mind. It's like, oh, Troy, Pinnacle Insurance. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know him. Oh, there he is again. Oh, he's with his family. I like this guy. It's just
Yeah.
trust you, know you, like you. Yeah.
Mhm. And you know, me talking about your boy, you're at Cretan Durham.
Yeah.
You posted that they were winning 29
Oh.
in the fourth quarter, and then I was like, "Where are the comments?"
There's
when
no
they
comments,
came-
no.
They lost.
They lost.
Oh man.
The comments stopped.
No.
It was sad.
Instantly.
It was sad. I know.
Oh,
You
heartbreaking.
shouldn't have said anything about that.
Yeah.
I'm
Right?
sorry. I'm
That
sorry.
hurts. We like to keep it true. I love it. I have a quick little burst round of questions.
Okay, shoot him at me.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Your favorite
Oh boy.
restaurant.
Favorite restaurant, Spoon and Stable.
Your favorite song of all time.
Gosh.
No, these are tough. Right on
That
the
is a
spot.
tough one.
Favorite song, probably Thunderstruck.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
What about a book? Your favorite book?
Other than, I'm gonna say the Bible, number one.
That's a good choice.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yep. Think and Grow Rich. Awesome.
Think you grow rich,
Napoleon
Napoleon Hill.
Hill.
Love it. Color.
Blue.
He's wearing it nice
That's
today.
right,
I'm
he's
saying.
looking
That's
sharp.
all
Oh,
I'm
blue!
saying.
I am wearing blue.
That's
Check that
all
out.
I'm saying. Your favorite TV show?
Seriously?
Man, I'm hitting you with the hard ones.
I will say 24.
That is a good one.
Remember
goes
that?
Back in the day.
I
that
remember.
was-
Yeah,
that
it was
What was your favorite
brilliant.
childhood show?
Childhood show.
I'm not trying to show age or anything.
No, I would probably say MASH.
MASH. Your favorite Minnesota city?
Minnesota City. I'm gonna go with. Somewhere on the North Shore.
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah, not Duluth, but
Two
further
Harbors,
up.
maybe?
Two Harbors. Not even Two Harbors. What's way up there? What's the one?
Grand,
Lake of the Woods or
Grand
Grand Marais?
Grand Marais. Yeah.
Grand Marais, good spot.
All right, fair
And
enough.
last, your favorite sport?
Favorite sport would be football.
Love it.
That's right.
Love it. I'm with you too. I'm with you too. I'll give you some there. Give you some nucks.
All right. Well, hey Brian, it's been awesome. Thanks for investing
Yeah.
your time with us today. We've got about 30 plus minutes in.
Sweet.
You're a true inspiration, and just let us know if
So
there's
are you.
anything we can do to help. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Love
so much.
Yeah.
Brian Stites, Talbot Smith Group, and also coming out with TwinCitiesRealEstateGuide.com, right?
.com.
Yeah. In the last, what's the best way to reach out to you if somebody want to reach out to you?
I would say text.
Text.
Yeah, 651-214-9948 would probably be the best way.
There you go.
I'm gonna get right on my phone, can respond right back to them. So
Love it.
Super
Love
easy.
it. That's technology 2018. I love
Amen.
that. Love it. This has been Angel Telemontes with Quick Leads Local.
Troy Thompson, Pinnacle Insurance.
And this was the Realtor Spotlight Podcast. Brian, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Brian.
appreciate you guys.